Welcome back to MMA Oddsbreaker, ladies and gentlemen. This week we get to talk to a real bully, not just an anti-bullying concept. We actually get to talk to the bully Gray Maynard. Gray, you've been on the shelf forever.
I know.
What the hell have you been doing?
Just healing up a couple things, training,
Having
trying
a
to take
baby?
care of business. Huh?
Having a baby?
Had a baby.
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Oh, Gray's just sitting on the couch doing nothing." I'm like, "No, man, you gotta follow him. Like, you gotta follow stuff on Twitter. You gotta follow him on Facebook. He's out
Yeah.
doing stuff all the time. He didn't get a rest. You got no break."
Yeah. No, I mean, I was, for about 1 month before the baby was born, like I was kind of downtime because I had that scope, and then a couple weeks after, I had to keep healing up the hamstring. So
That's right.
I was out of the gym for about 1.5 months.
Wow.
Probably.
That's the longest since you were like 6 years old.
Probably. But I was still in the gym, just rehabbing and all that stuff.
Did you hit rehab like it was your full-time job? So you were doing rehab twice a day and doing all the stretches? Okay.
Yeah.
How much did your girl help at home?
Oh, she's awesome, man. She's like the numero uno mom in the world, man. So,
What's this?
And she treats me like I'm her kid too. So
I was just gonna ask. That's what I was asking. Yeah. All right. She's
me
awesome.
And the baby
We miss
out.
her. We miss her here in Vegas. Like we need her back in Vegas. If there's a way to have you guys commute all the time, it'd be great. Like we're.
Well, you don't miss me. You just miss her.
No, I miss you by default.
Yeah.
Because the only way I can get to her is by hanging out with you. So it's kind of
Yeah. Hey, I understand. Understandable.
How's training camp been this time around? Dealing with an injury and trying to come back from it and all that stuff, and then the baby's in the house, and how's it been?
Yeah, training camp was actually awesome. It was probably the best camp I ever had.
Oh.
My Clay Guida camp, I came up here, moved up here, and I worked with a lot of different people. Marvin Gary, boxing coach, a sprint coach, and I was going up to Oakland, Watsonville, here, then AKA at times. Wasn't there all the way just because just moved here. I'm just kind of weird about stuff. I didn't want to like impose until they really like asked me.
Oh, okay.
And so after the Clay Guida bout, like Hav and Josh are like, man, I think it would be great if you spent the time here more. And so pretty much there on out, I was there.
Well,
almost every day.
There's a bunch of guys at AKA fighting on the same card, right?
Yeah, Khabib and Kane.
All right, so it's three of you.
Yeah.
How is it going to get broken down for cornering duties?
I mean, I think Hav is going to corner me and Kane. Bob Cook is too.
Okay.
Khabib might have his own corners, though.
Okay.
So.
Because that gets hectic.
Good.
That gets hectic in the locker room when you got, everyone's trying to get ready and the coach is going in and going out because they have to go get the next guy. And that gets stressful for you guys, for the fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to do it. We're all there to been there a couple times, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, talking about
for thousands and from the time I was a kid, all the way through school, through college, and all the way up until now. So, if I don't know how to do that yet alone, then
yeah, right. Well, look, I was actually looking at the records, talking about a lot. Like your record's 11-1-1, and TJ Grant, who you're fighting out here next week on May 25th, is 20-5. And so you're looking at these records, like, wow, this guy's got a lot more matches than Gray does. But then everyone, then you go back and you think about Gray for a second. Oh yeah, there's 2 epic battles with Frank Yeager in a title fight, and you've been around a lot more than people think you have if they just look at your record.
Yeah, I actually I did one amateur bout up in Oregon, and that was against Evan Dunham. So that was right off the bat, and then I had 2 pro bouts, which was one was like in Iowa, and then the other was I forgot where. Oh, it was at home, back there, and then after that, it was hard to get about, and then the TV show came up, and so I was on that. So I've been with them almost my whole career.
Minus your one amateur fight and your two first pro fights.
Yeah, and then that was it. UFC after that.
Perfect. You might as well, if you're going to be in the show, you might as well be in the big show. There's no reason to be off in the minor leagues,
Yeah, exactly. So, it's a cool thing, I think.
Yeah.
Just start there almost and just go all the way through.
Break down TJ Grant's fighting style for us. What do you see when you guys are looking at films?
TJ Grant, he doesn't have a lot of holes. It's more kind of the technical holes that you look for. It's not like the jiu-jitsu or whatever, like a big hole, So it's just small gaps that we're trying to exploit.
And what is without giving too much away, but what's like the main focus that you've had in this training camp? Are you focusing on everything equally, or are you spending a little more time wrestling, a little more time doing jits?
To be honest, just have a good hard camp again. Obviously smart, but hard sparring. Like I went with John almost the whole camp.
Oh.
So we sparred because he's preparing for a bout too. So he was close to maybe the mid to high 90s. So
wow.
A lot of weight, and he comes at you. So push the pace. So I pretty much sparred him about 2 times a week, and it was hard sparring, 3 rounds.
Jeez.
More, and just we just got after it, and then pad work with Hav, and then just a lot of cardio, jits, of course.
Yeah.
It was just a good all around camp, and that's the thing is that team, they have it down pat.
They know how to do it and do it right. I mean, there's a reason why guys are, like Cormier could have went anywhere. When he got done and he goes up there, and Velasquez could win anywhere, but they go up there, and you could have went anywhere, and you went up there. I mean, it's like people are migrating up there. If you have a kind of a wrestling mentality or wrestling background, people are migrating up there. I mean, there's something going on up there.
A lot of smaller guys too now, and so it's good, man. I'm pumped.
Good. Well, you sound good. You look. You still look ugly as normal, but you sound better. So. What last thing before I let you go? Did you watch the fight last night with Vitor and Luke?
Yeah, I did.
What did you see? Like, I didn't see anything different from Vitor. It's the same Vitor we always see, the exact same thing. What did you see as a mistake that Luke made that caused him to get clipped like that?
I mean, he just he's 28 now, so still. Like at the prime, still has that, like, I'll take anybody, anywhere. And that was a tough fight to take. A lot of people wouldn't take that fight, their first fight in the UFC. And hats off to him for he had the balls to do that, to go up against him in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
A guy that he's a vet, and he has power. He's just, it's a tough fight. And, that's the thing is Belfort, if he can, like, if you slip just a littlest, like at the start, it could be an early night. And that's a tough, that was a tough opening bout to have in the UFC.
My belief was on it.
Show, and it's like, all right, dude, you got Belfort, who's legend. You know,
My belief is that if Luke got out of the first round, that Vitor started to fade. And once he realized he couldn't catch him with explosion, he'd be able to slow him down, and then come, win 3, 4, 5, probably win 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 5 rounds. And it obviously didn't happen that way. But that was my belief. Is Luke just got out of the first round, will be okay. And then he gets caught with that heel.
He's got great cardio, man. Great cardio. And he goes and goes and goes. But that's the whole thing, is just trying to get out of that first round.
Yeah.
You got 2 guys in that class that are just, if you slip just the littlest, man, they're going to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Uport and the champ.
Yep. And they're both great. You can beat them up for 5 rounds.
The easy thing about it is Luke was calling them both out.
Yeah.
So, he's got that mind, and like he likes the tough scraps, and he's game. He'll be back, and he'll be tough.
Yeah, he's a good kid. I like him. I like him when he comes down here to Couture's and trains a little bit with Tim Lane, and I love his style. I love, obviously he's a lefty, so I like lefties, but he's got a real good style. Just a couple technical mistakes. I think if he improves on them, it won't be one of those things where he jumps. Oh, he's only up 1 ranking. He'll jump like 12 rankings because if he just fixed a couple mistakes. So
yeah, I think so too, man. He'll be champ. He's a tough kid. He trains hard, and he's got all the tools.
Yeah. Well, great. Thanks for coming on here. I'll see you next week when you get in town. Have fun. The baby and mama coming too?
Yep.
Oh, beautiful. Good. I get to see you.
Yeah.
Good.
So
good.
All right, good. Man. The whole crew is coming.
Yeah, so it's just like old times. All right, but have a good rest of Sunday. I'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it, bro.
See you, man.
All right, man. You too.